a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Luka Modrić. Luka Modrić is a Croatian professional footballer who plays as a midfielder for Spanish club Real Madrid and is the captain of the Croatian national team. Modrić plays mainly as a central midfielder, but can also play as an attacking midfielder or as a defensive midfielder, usually deployed as a deep-lying playmaker. Modrić is widely regarded as one of the best midfielders of his generation, and among the greatest Croatian footballers of all time. Able to blend traditional and trequartista playmaking effectively, he is known for his vision, precision in execution, and tactical strategy. Born in Zadar, Modric's childhood coincided with the Croatian War of Independence, which displaced his family. In 2002, he was signed by Dinamo Zagreb at age 16. After showing promise with his hometown club's youth team, he continued his development in Zagreb before spells on loan to Zrinjski, Mostar and Zaprešić. He made his debut for Dinamo in 2005 and won 3 consecutive league titles and domestic cups, being named the Professional Player of the Year in 2007. In 2008, he moved to Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur for a club record transfer fee of £16.5 million. Where he led Spurs to their first UEFA Champions League appearance in almost 50 years, reaching the quarter-finals of the 2010-11 tournament. After the 2011-12 season, Modrić joined Real Madrid for a £30 million transfer fee, where he became a key contributor under head coach Carlo Ancelotti and helped the team win La Decima during 2013-14 season, being elected to the squad of the season. After Zinedine Zidane took over Madrid, Modrić was critical to 3 consecutive Champions League titles from 2015-16 to 2017-18, each time being voted into the squad of the season. He would go on to win the La Liga award for Best Midfielder in 2016 for the second time, UEFA Club Football Award for Best Midfielder in 2017 and 2018, and UEFA Men's Player of the Year award, and the Best FIFA Men's Player in 2018. In 2015, he became the first Croatian player ever to be included in the FIFA World 11, in which he was included once again between 2016 and 2018, as well in the UEFA Team of the Year in 2016 and 2017. Modrić made his international debut for Croatia against Argentina in March 2006, and scored his first international goal in a friendly match against Italy. Modrić has since anchored Croatia's second golden generation, participating in every major tournament Croatia has qualified for, including the 2008, 2012, and UEFA Euro 2016, as well the 2006, 2014, and 2018 FIFA World Cup. At UEFA Euro 2008, he was selected for the team of the tournament, becoming only the second Croatian to ever achieve this honor. Following group stage eliminations in his first 2 World Cups, Modrić led Croatia to the 2018 World Cup final, and he received the Golden Ball Award for Best Player of the tournament. Furthermore, he has been named the Croatian Footballer of the Year 6 times, tied with Davor Suker for most wins. Early life. Luka Modrić was born on the 9th of September 1985 and was raised in the hamlet of Modrici, which is a part of Zatnabrovaki, a village situated on the southern slopes of the mountain Velebit, north of the city of Zadar in senior Croatia, then a republic within SFR Yugoslavia. He is the oldest child of Stipe Modrić from Modrici and Radoj Kadopuć from Kruševo near Obrovac, both of whom initially worked in knitwear factory. Modrić mostly spent his early years in the house of his paternal grandfather, after whom he was named, and was shepherding goats as a 5-year-old. However, his childhood coincided with the Croatian War of Independence. In 1991, when the war escalated, his family were forced to flee the area. Modric's grandfather Luka was executed by Serb rebels who were part of the police of South Krajina in December 1991 near his house in Modrici, and after the family fled, the house was burned to the ground. Modrić became a refugee and lived with his family in the Hotel Kolovar for 7 years. He later moved to the Hotel Is, both in Zadar. His father joined the Croatian army as an aero mechanic. In those years, thousands of bombs fell on the city and football was a way to escape the reality of war. He recalls it as a tough time for his family and something which shaped him as a person. He also said he was mostly unaware of the war because he befriended many other children and their parents did not let it affect their childhood. In these difficult circumstances, Modrić began playing football, mostly at the hotel parking lot. In 1992, he simultaneously entered the primary school and a sporting academy, the latter paid for with the little money the family had, sometimes helped by Modric's uncle. As a boy he was inspired to play football by Zvonimir Boban and Francesco Totti. Early years. Supported by his family, he participated in representative camps and trained in NK Zadar. He was under tutelage of coach Domagoj Basic and the head of the youth academy, Tomislav Basic. Tomislav Basic, considered by Modrić as his sporting father, said Modric's father made him wooden shin guards because they had little money. However, Modrić later denied the story. Due to being considered too young and light, he was not signed by Croatian powerhouse Hajduk Split, the most representative football club in the region of Dalmatia. After displaying some talent, including at a youth tournament in Italy, Tomislav Basic arranged Modric's move to Dinamo Zagreb when Modrić was a 16-year-old in late 2001. After a season with Dinamo Zagreb's youth side, Modrić was loaned in 2003 to Zrinjski Mostar in the Premier League of Bosnia and Herzegovina. During this period, he established his versatile style of play and became Bosnian and Herzegovinian League Player of the Year at age 18. Modrić later said, "Someone who can play in the Bosnian League can play anywhere," referring to its physical nature. The following year, he was loaned to Croatian side Inter Zaprešić. He spent one season there, helping the team to achieve second position in the Croatian First Football League and a place in the preliminary round of the UEFA Cup. He also won the Croatian Football Hope of the Year award in 2004. He returned to Dinamo Zagreb in 2005. Dinamo Zagreb. In the 2005-06 season, Modrić signed a 10-year contract with Dinamo Zagreb. With the contract's earnings, he bought a flat in Zadar for his family. He secured a place in Dinamo's first team, contributing 7 goals in 31 matches to help win the league. In the 2006-07 season, Dinamo again won the league, with Modrić making a similar contribution. He was the main provider for striker Eduardo, which helped Modrić win the PRHNL Player of the Year award. The following season, Modrić led Dinamo's attempt to qualify for the 2007-08 UEFA Cup. In the final playoff stage, Modrić converted a penalty in the second and away fixture against Ajax. The match finished 1-1 after regular time. Dinamo won the match in playoff with a score of 3-2 after extra time with 2 goals from teammate Mario Mandzukic. However, Dinamo Zagreb failed to advance beyond the group stage. In his last home match with the club at Maksimir Stadium, Modrić was given a standing ovation and fans held up supportive banners. He finished his 4-year tenure at Dinamo with a tally of over 31 goals and 29 assists in 4 league seasons, contributing most notably in the 2007-08 season when Dinamo won the second Croatian Cup and became champions by a 28-point margin. Modrić was courted by Barcelona, Arsenal, and Chelsea, but opted to wait leaving the club. 2008-09 season. Modrić agreed to transfer terms with Tottenham Hotspur on the 26th of April 2008. He was the first of many summer signings for manager Juan Ramos, and was also the Premier League's first summer transfer. Club chairman Daniel Levy promptly flew to Zagreb when Manchester City and Newcastle United became interested, and after signing a 6-year contract, Tottenham confirmed the transfer fee paid was £16.5 million, equaling the club's record fee set by Darren Bent's move in 2007. Modrić made his competitive Premier League debut on the 16th of August in a 2-1 defeat to Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium in Spurs' first match of the 2008-09 season. Modrić had a slow start at Tottenham. He suffered from a knee injury early in his tenure and was labelled as a lightweight for the Premier League by sections of the media, as well as Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger. Reflecting on that, Modrić said that such critics push you forward to show people they are wrong. Maybe I look lightweight, but I am a really strong person mentally and physically, and I never had any problems with my size. This coincided with his poor form, leading to concerns both for himself and Croatian national team head coach Slaven Bilic. Modrić spent his early days at a position of number 10, before being shifted to the left wing to play alongside Wilson Palacios. Spurs teammate Tom Huddleston later said, "H's versatility was probably a blessing and a curse. He was that good that he had to play out of position for a bit." After the appointment of manager Harry Redknapp, Modrić was given a more familiar role as a central or left-sided midfielder, allowing him to have more influence on the team and use his footballing talent more productively. For example, in a 4-4 draw with arch-rivals Arsenal on the 29th of October, Redknapp recognized Modric's value to his side and planned to shape his new team around the Croatian playmaker. He scored his first competitive goal at Tottenham in a 2-2 draw against Spartak Moscow during the UEFA Cup group stages on the 18th of December 2008. He scored his first Premier League goals against Newcastle United in an away defeat on the 21st of December, a home win in the third round of the FA Cup against Wigan Athletic on the 2nd of January 2009, and in an away defeat against Manchester United on the 25th of April 2009. Using Modrić in his former position from Dinamo days made him more effective with performances against Stoke City, Hull City, and most notably on the 21st of March when he scored the only goal in a win against Chelsea. 2009-10 season. Before the 2009-10 season, Harry Redknapp said of Modrić, "He's a hell of a player and a manager's dream, so I am told. He trains like a demon and never complains, will work with and without the ball on the field, and can beat a defender with a trick or with a pass. He could get into any team in the top 4. On the 29th of August 2009, during Tottenham's 2-1 win over Birmingham City, Modrić was taken off injured with a suspected calf injury. The following day, it was confirmed Modrić had sustained a fracture to his right fibula and was expected to be out for 6 weeks. He returned on the 28th of December in the London derby against West Ham United, which Spurs won 2-0 with an 11th-minute goal scored by Modrić using the leg he broke. He again scored in a home win against Everton on the 28th of February 2010, and in an away defeat against Burnley on the 9th of May. On the 30th of May 2010, Modrić signed a new 6-year contract that ran until 2016. Upon signing, he said, "Tottenham Hotspur gave me my chance in the Premier League and I want to go on to achieve great success here with them. Yes. There have been inquiries from other big clubs, but I have no interest in going anywhere. Last season's top 4 finish was an indication of where we are as a club and I feel I can continue to improve and go on to achieve everything I want to at Spurs." 2010-11 season. On the 11th of September 2010, Modrić scored his first goal of the 2010-11 season in a 1-1 away draw at West Bromwich Albion. On the 28th of November, in a home match against Liverpool, Modrić scored one goal that was later credited as an own goal by Liverpool's defender. After a draw against Manchester United at White Hart Lane in January 2011, Redknapp praised Modrić, saying, "He was unbelievable, magnificent. He's an amazing footballer. The little man takes the ball in the tightest areas with people around him, wriggling out of situations. He could play in any team in the world." Modrić also scored in Tottenham's 3-2 victory over Stoke City on the 9th of April, and converted a penalty at Anfield on the 15th of May in a 2-0 victory over Liverpool. Modrić helped Tottenham reach their first involvement in the UEFA Champions League. In the first match, against Inter Milan at the San Siro on the 20th of October, he exited the match early due to injury. Spurs lost 4-3, despite the tremendous efforts of Gareth Bale. On the return match at home, on the 2nd of November, Modrić was given too much space to move and dictate the tempo of the match. He created and assisted for the first goal by Rafael van der Vaart in a 3-1 victory. In the next match, against Werder Bremen, Modrić scored the second goal, after a scoreless draw against Milan. Spurs were eliminated from the competition in the quarter-finals by Real Madrid. Modrić played 32 Premier League matches in the 2010-11 season, scoring 3 goals, recording 2 assists. and making the highest average number of passes per match for Spurs with 62.5 and an accuracy rate of 87.4%. At the end of the season, Modrić was voted the Tottenham Hotspur FC Player of the Year. Then Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson said he would have chosen Modrić as his Player of the Year for that season. 2011-12 season. In mid-2011, Modrić was heavily pursued by Tottenham's London rivals Chelsea, who made a first bid of £22 million, which they increased to £27 million, both of which were rejected by Spurs chairman Daniel Levy. After the failed bids, Modrić announced he would welcome a move across London and that he had a gentleman's agreement with Levy. The club would entertain offers from a big club. Speculation continued throughout the summer transfer window, culminating in Modrić refusing to play in Tottenham's opening match against Manchester United, which ended in a 3-0 loss. Modrić said his head was not in the right place, as he continued to force a move to Chelsea. On the final day of the transfer window, Chelsea made an offer of £40 million that was again rejected. After failing to secure a transfer, Spurs manager Harry Redknapp told Modrić to focus on his playing and named him as a starter. On the 18th of September, he scored his first goal of the season for Tottenham with a shot from in a 4-0 home win against Liverpool. On the 14th of January 2012, Modrić scored the only goal in a home draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers. On the 31st of January in a 3-1 win against Wigan Athletic, he assisted for the first goal with a cross-field pass and scored the second from. For the third time that season, he was included in Team of the Week. Modrić scored his last goal for Tottenham on the 2nd of May in a 1-4 away win against Bolton Wanderers with a powerful volley from. 2012-13 season. On the 27th of August 2012, Real Madrid announced they had agreed on a deal with Tottenham for an approximate £30 million transfer fee. Modrić signed a 5-year contract with the Spanish club. 2 days later, he made his Real Madrid debut against Barcelona in the second leg final of the 2012 Supercopa de España at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, replacing Mesut Ozil in the 83rd minute. Madrid won the match, giving Modrić his first trophy with the club 36 hours after his signing was announced. Despite his positive debut, Modrić at first struggled to settle into the team under manager José Mourinho. Because of his lack of pre-season training, which he missed as a result of his ongoing transfer negotiations, the presence of veteran midfielder Xabi Alonso and Sami Khedira in defensive midfield, and Ozil in offensive midfield, usually kept Modrić out of the starting lineup, limiting him to substitute appearances. He mostly played out of position for his first few months at the club. He played his first UEFA Champions League match for Real Madrid in the group stage against Manchester City on the 18th of September, which Madrid won 3-2. On the 3rd of November, Modrić scored his first goal for Real Madrid in the last minute of their 4-0 victory over Real Zaragoza in La Liga. On the 17th of November, Modrić assisted a Karim Benzema goal, which was eventually ruled an own goal by John Orenexpord, with a cross-field pass. It was the first goal in a 5-1 victory over Athletic Bilbao. His most notable match that year was on the 4th of December, when he assisted for the first 2 goals of Cristiano Ronaldo and José Callejon with cross-field passes in a 4-1 victory over Ajax in the group stage of the Champions League. Modrić started in Real Madrid's home match against rivals Barcelona on the 2nd of March 2013. From a corner kick, he assisted Sergio Ramos to score the winning goal in the 82nd minute, giving Real a victory in El Clasico. On the 5th of March, Modrić came on as a second-half substitute during the decisive Champions League knockout leg against 10-man Manchester United at Old Trafford. With Madrid behind by a goal, Modrić equalised with a long-range shot from out and played a key role in the rest of the match, which Real Madrid won 2-1, advancing them to the quarter-finals 3-2 on aggregate. This match is often seen as the turning point in Modric's career in Real Madrid. On the 16th of March, he replicated this performance against Mallorca, giving Real Madrid the lead with a long-range volley from. Real Madrid won the match 5-2. Modrić played as a starter in both Champions League semi-final matches against Borussia Dortmund. In the first leg on the 24th of April, he played in the attacking midfield position where he did not influence the match and the team lost 4-1. On the 30th of April, in the second leg 2-0 victory, Modrić played as the deep-lying playmaker, making passes to the attackers and creating several chances. He was among the best-rated players that night. From March 2013, Modric's form and influence in the midfield continued to improve, distinguishing himself as a player with most passes completed in his team. On the 8th of May, he assisted from the corner for the first goal and scored the fourth goal in a 6-2 victory over Malaga. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?